Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris and I just attended the worldwide New York premiere of the newest LEGO movie, Piece by Piece, a documentary starring Pharrell Williams as he goes through his journey of cooking up some amazing music with some of the biggest artists out there, like Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, Kendrick, and so much more. This was one of the most interesting LEGO movies of all time because it basically is just a standard documentary that is happened to be animated in LEGO, but it's a ton of fun and I definitely would recommend you check it out, especially if you're a LEGO fan or a music fan and want to learn more about the industry. Now, this was actually not my first time seeing this movie. It was not my second either. It was my third time seeing it. The first time I saw it, I actually got to meet Pharrell himself at the after party at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, about a month back. And the second time, we all saw it in Denmark as part of LEGO Fan Media Days. So seeing this a third time, I was absolutely locked into the fun LEGO animation and had an absolute blast getting a chance to experience it one more time. But now, let's dive into the journey of going to the premiere, where I got a chance to go with my buddy Jonathan, aka Mini Superheroes Today, as we experienced Piece by Piece. 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 So this premiere was kind of the culmination of a lot of traveling I've been doing with my buddy Jonathan, Mini Superheroes Today. We've been going all around Europe and finally we ended up in New York for this premiere. Of course, during the day we had to explore the city a little bit, and the first stop of course had to be the flagship LEGO store on 5th Avenue, where we actually saw a gigantic brick-built version of the new Pharrell Williams LEGO set, which was really cool to actually see in person promoting the movie. Of course, after that, we had to play some of our new favorite board game ever, Monkey Palace, where I absolutely destroyed Jonathan in the first game, beat him by over 10 points. We don't need to talk about how the second game went, but you know, great victory for Duckbricks on that first one, and expect more videos coming out about this board game pretty soon because it's actually a really fun game. It's kind of crazy seeing LEGO come back to LEGO games and make a board game that genuinely is one of the best ever, but given that it's made by the same folks who did Settlers of Catan, it totally makes sense. But soon enough, it was time to head over to the Lincoln Center for the premiere of Piece by Piece. Alright man, you ready for the premiere?
Totally ready. I'm over the moon excited.
Oh my goodness. It's time to cook. All right, we made it to the premiere of Piece by Piece. Can't wait to see it for a third time for me, but second for you.
Time number two.
Number two. All right, let's do this. All right.
Piece by piece.
Piece by piece. Now, this was actually my third movie premiere in the past month, and my third movie premiere ever, so I really didn't know what to expect. It was really fun going to the Toronto premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, as well as the LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy premiere over in California, but this was absolutely by far the most extravagant. When we got there, there was a crowd of influencers. I believe only like 30, maybe 20 were invited tops, so really honored to be there. And I think we actually were the only LEGO folks invited, with Jonathan as my +1, but we had absolutely no idea what to expect. But as we began to enter the building, we knew this was something special. All right, we are entering the premiere right now.
Step by step.
Step
and
by
piece
step.
Piece.
Oh my goodness, let's do it. Of course, there was a massive red carpet for me to walk inside the actual venue with massive LEGO brick-built looking decorations of giant studs and different LEGO plates on the walls, a giant version of the Pharrell minifigure, which is pretty close to what we saw over at the Toronto Film Festival, and it was really fast. The Getty images came out like literally minutes after taking the photos, which was absolutely insane to see already up there. We had a blast walking the red carpet and obviously playing with the Pharrell Williams LEGO set as well, with Jonathan brought his copy, and there even was an additional photo area where we got to take some official photos marketed for Piece by Piece, only in theaters actually today at the time this video is coming out. Now, It was a pretty crazy event, and you could just see how many people were getting excited, but once the influencers walked the red carpet, it was then time for the stars to walk it, and to my surprise, not only were most of the movie stars there like Pharrell and Nori, but there were also some additional stars like Shamik Moore, who played Miles Morales in Across the Spider-Verse, which was completely a surprise to meet him there, but it was really cool just seeing the types of people that showed up at this premiere. But before we knew it, it was time to head on over to the theater and start to get situated. And so, after enjoying taking a look at the many different people walking the red carpet, Jonathan and I headed in and saw just how big this theater was. This was a pretty crazy, gigantic theater. It definitely is maybe one of the largest theaters ever that I've ever seen a movie in, and it was really cool because before the movie began, we had some time to meet some folks. We connected with some of the folks even working for LEGO who were part of making the movie happen, which was super cool. And while waiting for the movie to start, I got a chance to try out this really fun minifigure designer, which you can actually go ahead and try out right now. You can make your minifigure based on what you look like, choose your skin tone, and even get a little photo with Pharrell as well. But before we knew it, it was time to all get situated and get a chance to see Morgan, the director of the movie, and Pharrell address the crowd. So, let's hear from them right now.
It's great to meet you. Thank you all for being here tonight. I promise you, we have something really special in store for you. Truly, every once in a while in life, like, this kind of miracle just drops in your lap. And years ago, I was sort of told, like, hey, Morgan Neville, who we had worked with a few times, who is truly just one of my favorite people on the planet Earth and one of the great filmmakers of our time, has something a little crazy he wants to pitch you. And then we sat down to this meeting, and it was just a meeting full of absolute joy and love and humor and life and everything that they want this movie to be at that point. And it was the easiest possible, like, yes you could have to making a movie ever. And I'm just so thankful and lucky to work at a place like Universal, where Donna Langley hears me call and say, like, we want to do this crazy thing. And she was like, yes, we're doing that. We have the best partners in the world at the studio with Donna, Jimmy, Mike Knobloch in the music department that this movie can't happen without. We've got the international team who makes these movies go out into the world in the best possible way with Veronica and Niels. And we just truly embarked on a process that then was as full of joy and life and splendor as this movie is, and that is not usual in the movie business, I'll tell you that. So I have so many wonderful partners. I just want to briefly say thank you to Jill Wilford at LEGO for being the best partner and support partner to Jake Rogers for being the best producers in the world. And truly, I know no one's here to see me, so what I'm really here to do is to say thank you and to introduce you guys to one of the greats, to one of my favorite people, Mr. Morgan Neville.
Thank you, Cujo. This is surreal in so many different ways. I want to thank Cujo and Focus and everybody there, Cassidy, Kiska, Josh, Howard, everybody. Thank you for helping us bring this idea in the world. And right now I want to bring out my co-producers. Let me start with Katrin Rogers, Mimi Valdez, and Pharrell Williams. Now, I have a few thank yous I have to do because there are so many people here tonight who said yes to doing this film. This film is the result of a lot of yeses, right? It's what Pharrell's been talking about. And he came up with this amazing idea. I said yes. Then Lego said yes. Jill at Lego and Keith, I want to thank them. Yes. Again, everybody at Focus for saying yes, and Donna Langley, Universal for saying yes. Then all of our collaborators, I'll go through it quickly, but David Lawrence, Brent Palmer, our editors, Aaron, Jason, Oscar, Jessica, Rick, who's never been to New York before today, so welcome, Rick. Of course, from Mimi and I Am Other, Shawnee and Verky and everybody there, so absolutely. Our animation partners, of course, Pure Imagination, everybody there, especially Joshua Wexler and Sanjay Gupta and Tongo, our other animation partners that helped, absolutely James and Leslie there. And I especially want to thank our animation director and a great side man to have working on me, this Howard Baker. So thank you for all that, Howard. Absolutely. I think those are all the names. So without further ado, let me throw it to Pharrell to say something.
1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to say after that, but let me just freestyle here and just tell you how much it really means to us to have you guys here at this exact time and space, longitude and latitude of just our greatest appreciation. You know, where our appreciation meets up with like our ambitions and the idea that this is actually like really happening. We're in New York City right now. This is the premiere, and like you said, this project is the sum of a lot of yeses, and what you're about to watch is what impossible looks like. Listen, one of the greatest producers of all time is here with us tonight. He's the guy that like saw the talent in myself, Chad, Shay, and even Mike at the time. Teddy Riley, lyrics, straight out of like, you know, St. Nick projects in Harlem. Like myself, I came from Atlantis apartments, and I can't believe that like when my mother, you know, bought me a Lego set when I was 5, 6 years old, that it would turn into this. You fast forward your life and then you realize it's this, and when I think about the people who were real true constellations in my life, real true stars in my life and a part of the constellation that is my path, Teddy is absolutely one of those people that like, you know, saw something in us and gave us the opportunity and led us to the next person. And even before him, there was my band teacher, Alan Sharps, from Princess Anne High School, and I see like Princess Anne folks here tonight. You know, the Crips are here tonight. They're absolutely a part of the story. Like, man, where would we be without like, you know, Pusha and Malice? Like, where would I be? And I could continue going through this all night, but I'm not going to do that because we're late for the film. I told you I didn't know what the hell I was going to say. But you can't imagine the amount of honor, privilege, and gratitude that I feel to stand here tonight, standing beside people who are not only amazing human beings, but they represent the word yes. You know, they could have told me no, that this was crazy. They told me it was crazy. But they said yes. And because of that, you guys are about to watch what impossible looks like. So thank you so much for your time and space.
A couple of other quick shout outs because they're here in the house tonight from the film. Nori. Yeah. Oh yeah. Louis Villapon. Sorry, yes, thank you. Rob Walker.
Get ready for Rob.
KP Rader.
KP.
Tammy Lucas.
Tammy Lucas. Taught me how to write songs. Lyrics, melodies, everything. No, seriously, Tammy, is that her right there? Oh. One of the greatest.
All right.
So thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Piece by piece.
Of course, once the movie ended, the energy in the lobby was insane. I got a chance to meet somebody who's actually worked on both the movie and the LEGO Dream Show working at Pure Imagination Studios, which was so cool, and Jonathan even got a picture with Shamik Moore, aka Miles Morales. Unfortunately, I decided, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, and happened to be in the restroom when they met, so sadly I didn't get a picture with him, but that was super cool. I've already given a mini review of Piece by Piece the movie over on my first video on it, so I'm not gonna dive into detail here, but again, as I said, I definitely would recommend going in blind and learning more about Pharrell. And of course, to celebrate the premiere and Jonathan's upcoming birthday after the event, we went to one of my favorite restaurants of all time in New York, Cote Korean Steakhouse.
All right, Jonathan, you ready for a good meal? Cooking.
With that, we had summed up a very memorable night, one of the most fun LEGO-related events I have ever been to, and I'm very grateful to LEGO Focus Features, and of course the Piece by Piece movie for having me out there, and so glad I could share this with one of my best buds, not just in the LEGO world, but in the whole world, Jonathan. That's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed this special look at the red carpet movie premiere of Piece by Piece, and let me know in the comments. It's Friday now, so have you seen the movie? And if not, are you planning on seeing it, and what do you think of Piece by Piece? That's all for now. Thanks, and I'll talk to you again very soon.